One of the easiest ways to use integration by parts on an exam, if you're allowed to, is something called the tabular method. And in this case, the integral x squared cosine x dx, you can use the tabular method because one of the functions, either x squared or cosine x, when you take the derivative, it goes to 0. And in this case, it's x squared. You take the derivative once, you get 2x. You take it again, you get 2. And then you take the derivative one final time, and you get 0. And that's the main thing you need to remember with tabular method is one of the functions needs to go to 0. And it's also called the DI method. I know some people out there on other channels are calling it the DI method, but it's all the same. And this is by far, and I learned this on YouTube too. I believe it was the Math Sorcerer that taught me this, and it's stuck with me for my entire calculus career. But the tabular method's great. So let's start by setting up our table here. We'll do DI, and we'll draw our little table down. And so D is for derivative, I is for integral, and we're going to place our x squared and our cosine x. And we're going to take the derivative of x squared first. So we take the first derivative, we get 2x. Take the derivative again, 2, and then we're at 0. And then with cosine x, we're going to integrate. So you integrate cosine, you get sine x. You integrate once more, you get cosine x. And once again, negative sine x. And now the other really important part of tabular method is making sure you get the signs correct. So next to your derivatives, you always start with positive right here, and then you alternate going down until you hit 0. So positive, negative, positive, negative. And then from there, we're ready to go. We just draw our little arrows going in the diagonal direction. Boom, boom, boom. And we're able to make our solution. So we'll start with the x squared sine x. It's a positive sign. So let's go ahead and say x squared sine x. And then moving down to the next arrow, we're going to multiply negative 2x by negative cosine x. So that also gives us a positive. And that'll give us 2x cosine x. And then finally, we're going to get a positive 2 multiplied by a negative sine x. So that'll give us a negative 2 sine x. And since this is an indefinite integral, obviously remember your plus c. And that's it. That's your solution.